unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. There's a bunch of rumors, to be honest, and 99% of them are not true. There is no date. This is coming from Showtime, Stephen Espinoza, yes, regarding Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I will start with, there's an interview from Fight Hype, and they spoke with Stephen Espinoza, head of Showtime, and he was basically talking about his upcoming fight, Fundora. Well, not his fight, but on his network. Fundora's fighting Mendoza, sleeper hit. I'm definitely tapped in for that. That's going to be a good one. It's going to be a banger as long as it lasts. He also talked about, Gervonta Davis having a media day, and he says they're rolling out big fights, and Showtime is looking to make the best fights, and they're always trying to make the best fights. So the question came up in this interview with Fight Hype, and Stephen Espinoza said 99% of the information that's out is not true. People are like scurrying to be first and to be the inside plug and get credit, but it's not true. This is what he says, quote, "We tried to make the Spence Crawford fight last fall, and hopefully we'll get another shot next summer. There are talks ongoing, but there are still issues to overcome. As long as everyone is engaged, which everyone is, and as long as everyone is willing to keep working at it, then there's a good shot at it happening." He was also asked to do a percentage, like, what percentage of certainty that the fight will happen, right? And I will go over that in a second. He did talk about, it sounds like, and this is just me ego speaking to you. It sounds like Keith Thurman is definitely in play if or for whatever reason the Crawford fight doesn't or can't happen. He says, quote, "Look, I think they're both fantastic fights," meaning Crawford and Spence, or Spence and Thurman. "There's a tiebreaker, and one fight is for Undisputed and the other fight with Spence and Thurman isn't. I don't think boxing fans would lose on either one." So he's basically saying they're good fights. He goes on to say, so if the Undisputed fight can't happen, then Spence-Thurman fight is a rivalry that's been in the works for quite some time. There's been some bad blood and animosity going back years. So either way, I think boxing fans win. So it sounds like they're going to do their due diligence to try to make the Undisputed fight. But if there's complications, they have a fight to fall back, which is basically the speculation out there. But this is where it gets interesting. He says, quote, "I know what boxing fans want most of all," referring to Spence Crawford Undisputed. "I'm not going to put a percentage on it. I don't want to make predictions. There are a lot of rumors going on, and 99% of them are wrong. But the one fact is that we are still talking, but there is not a date set." So he said, "I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but one hit me." He said 99% of the rumors going on are wrong. They wouldn't be setting a date until we got to the finish line. And at that point, we're not going to set artificial deadlines and say, here's the date of the fight. We need to finish the deal. That's putting the cart before the horse. We're going to finish up the deal, and then we will set a date. The reality is that everyone wants to break the news and say they're in the middle of something. But the bottom line and the truth is Spence Crawford are still talking, and people are working hard to get it done. I'm optimistic, hoping it will happen because both fighters want it to happen. So I think that's a big step, end quote. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's go. Now, if you check my past video, I said, and I told you, this is the thing. The beauty of YouTube is it's you. Fight predictions I get right, information that I put out that's right or wrong, it all falls on you. And those are the odds that I like to play with because I'm always going to bet on myself. I strive, I bust my ass every day to put out reliable information, entertain you guys, and feed you guys with the content that you need. I made that past video and I said, you're not going to see a bunch of videos of me milking Errol Spence and Terence Crawford during this process unless we get some information from who I deem to be reliable. So that would be Derek James, Errol Spence, Bo Mack, Terence Crawford, Steven Espinoza, or somebody who is in close concert, TGB Promotions or something, and if it's not someone like that, then I'm probably not going to make a video about it unless it's coming from the source, because the game is getting weak. The game is getting soft. There's a bunch of clickbait this and clickbait this. And Steven Espinoza is right. 99% of the rumors out are people trying to be first. Now, the great former ex-WBC champion of the world, oh my God, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, he has an interview, and I loved when he said this. He said, people rather be first than right, meaning people would rather relate bad information just to say that they're first. There's another great quote from another one of my big inspirations, Denzel Washington. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you ain't never been to the booty house, huh? He says, if you don't read the paper, then you're not informed. But if you read the paper, then you're misinformed. And I love that quote also, because this is what we're seeing on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whoever else, TikTok, all this. The boxing game is getting soft, and people are just making up videos and making posts, and no one knows what's really going on except for the people involved in it. And I want to get it back to the old school, man. I remember, I don't know why I remember this so fondly, but I do. Floyd Mayweather, I remember I obviously followed Floyd. I was covering boxing, and I randomly was on Twitter, and he's like, hey, it's me, Floyd Mayweather. Money mate, I'm fighting Canelo Alvarez. I'll see you in September. And if you look in the history books, there's a tweet from Floyd, and he just randomly posted on Twitter that he was fighting Canelo. And I remember that, and I think one of the reasons I remember it so distinctly is because at that given time, there was not a bunch of chatter about that fight actually happening. If anything, Canelo was supposed to fight on Floyd's undercard, and then they end up replacing him with Abner Mares because Canelo got mad saying, hey, I want to fight Floyd, and if he doesn't promise to fight me, even though he has Robert Guerrero scheduled to fight, Floyd was like, I'm the A side. I'm not going to schedule another fight when I got this guy in front of me. That's not how I do business. Canelo got mad at that time, and he pulled himself off the card. He was supposed to be on that card. Look it up. He's supposed to be on the Robert Guerrero card. And he fought a month before against Austin Trout. That Canelo-Austin Trout fight was supposed to be on that Robert Guerrero card at Showtime. And I said that to say this. There was no reports or anything about Floyd fighting Canelo at that given space of time. And I remember going on Twitter, and he just said, I'm fighting Canelo. And then the boxing world was on fire because that went viral. Everybody's like, oh, Floyd versus Canelo in September, Mexican Independence Day weekend, sign me up. And I remember that feeling. It's been a long time since I had that feeling. You know why? Because you have spoilers, in the media who are always jumping the gun and trying to leak the news before the promotional company leaks the news or before the fighters leak the news. And to me, that's messing up the dichotomy of excitement, because you look at Ryan Garcia Tank, it's this long negotiations in the public, everybody talking about it, making videos and posts about it. So when it finally gets announced, people are kind of ungrateful about it. Versus when you can wake up and see Pacquiao said, I'm going to fight Floyd. Errol Spence. Randomly, Pacquiao said there was no talk that he was negotiating with Errol Spence and deep negotiation. He randomly said same thing on social media. Pacquiao said, I'm fighting Errol Spence. And everybody got hyped. To me, I like that feeling better than what's going on, what we're seeing. So I told you, I'm going to do my due diligence to give you guys reliable and good information. And it's not that serious. Do I want to see Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight? Absolutely. Do I respect Undisputed? Absolutely. But again, it's not that serious. Either they're going to fight and get it done, or they're not going to get it done. But I told you, I'm not going to milk you guys, the fans. And shout out to everybody. There's some people that sent super thanks on the video and things like that, and cash apps. But I'm not going to milk the public with a bunch of video information videos with no information. You know, the reason I'm making this video is because, again, it's coming from someone who's a party to that, and he basically has nothing to say that we didn't already know. He just said they're in talks, but it's an update because it's coming from somebody who's in the talks and in the, discussions. So boxing reporter Dan Rafael, and I made a video about this. This is why you guys got to check. You got to check the channel. I told you. Dan Rafael was accurate because he says, I'm not trying to go back and forth with Ring TV, but I talked to 2 of my sources and they said there is no date. And even if the fight goes through, June is not going to be the date that June, whatever Ring magazine said. And we've been down this road before with the Errol Spence fight and Crawford, also with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. And you see, I play it the same every time. I'm not really into that. I'm not doing this back and forth. If they're going to fight, Anthony Joshua and Fury going to fight in the desert, show me. Where's the face off? What channel do I tune into? Same thing with Errol Spence and Crawford. It's a great fight. We know it's a great fight. 2 of the best welterweights, that's some modern day Roberto Duran, Ray Leonard Hagler. I get it. But I'm not going to do this, beat a dead horse and start making up videos where there's nothing to really reveal. And then I'm acting like there's something for me to reveal and then get everyone's hopes up to potentially give you blue balls, pause, if it doesn't actually manifest and if the fight doesn't happen. Because my mom always told me, do unto others as you would want undone to you. And I believe in that. Me, like when I run the channel, when I do the videos, I could just put up a bunch of videos to get clicks and just say whatever, stuff I don't believe in. But I wouldn't want someone to do that to me. I don't want to click on a video. Like if it's a cooking channel and they say this is old fashioned spaghetti with meatballs recipe and I click on it and it ain't nothing to do with spaghetti and meatballs, then I'm going to be hot. I'm going to be mad. They're just talking about gambling and going to the casino. I'm like, where's the spaghetti and the meatball? Where's the recipe? You know what I'm saying? So it's getting out of hand, especially, I don't know what it is about other than people want to see it, this Crawford and Spence business. So again, I'll wait for accredited sources, credible people who are involved for Crawford, Spence. If they say something, if Steven Espinoza, again, I mentioned earlier some of the credible people, if it ain't them, then I'm not really worried about it. I'm not worried about it because I'm not going to I got a life to live. I got a business. I got businesses. I got diversity and I'm diversifying my business. I'm not going to go back and forth on if 2 people are going to fight. It's just, it can't. I got too much stuff and I'm one person, either they're going to fight or they're not going to fight. I will always try to provide you guys with credible and reliable information. So shout out to Steven Espinoza for clearing it up. He says they don't really have anything, and he has to play that because he doesn't want to ruin the potential fight. So he's very neutral, but he says we have no date and there's still obstacles. So to me, that's a coin flip. He's talking about Thurman. He's saying we love to have Crawford on board and do the Crawford fight. But last time this happened, Crawford went a different direction and fought David Avanesian. So for me, it's a coin flip of if the fight will or won't happen. And I'm not going to play this game back and forth trying to guess and speculate. So best of luck to everybody. I'm sure Errol Spence, his next fight will be announced in due course and you'll hear from me second. Once it comes out and then you'll hear from me. That's how it's got to be. I'm the best in the business. We unpacked. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC, Bluetooth ready, with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.